to my live stream. Welcome to my cactus live stream, gardening live stream, plant live stream. I have a chili here in front of me, and I want to repot a different one that I brought here. So want to repot that one today. And I also got seeds. I don't really want to, I'm not sure if I want to show the label, but we got tomato seeds here. Very sweet ones. And I got a few beans to sow out. Actual beans. I haven't grown beans before, but I felt like, why not, you know? So let me just deactivate the automated translation. Okay. All right. And welcome everyone to my live stream. Today I want to water quite a lot of seedlings that need water. Hey mate, great to see you. Hope you're all right. Great to be back. I've had a busy morning. I hope everything's all right for you. But great to see you. Yeah, I was shopping like before the live stream, and I got a few seeds. I needed cat food. The cat wanted a particular food that I didn't get elsewhere, so I went out and got it. And yeah, I got a few seeds for sowing out. Like there was a whole rack full of seeds, and it looked like nobody had ever used it before. But yeah, there was a big spider on the rack of the seed shelf, on the seed shelf, and yeah, I turned the seed shelf back that the spider isn't really seen. Like I didn't want to make the spider homeless when I pulled the seeds out, so I was very careful and turned that whole tray around again. I'm sure the spider will live there another month undisturbedly, because nobody apparently is buying seeds. I'm not sure. It really looked like that shelf hasn't been moved in a while, you know. Okay, yeah, and I have a few of these for sowing out. I let them soak this morning. Doesn't take long, maybe 10-15 minutes. And yeah, I have soil here for the other chili. Already have a little bit, and later we will put it in here. Unfortunately, like the other pot is too big for the chili. I will get me bigger ones, but it will take a few days. Yeah, okay. So let's get started. We will water these later. They are completely dry again within just one day. Yeah, and looking good. Like the new pots, they really look better in the new pots. Okay, so let's start with the cactus seedlings, and then we will do some of the other stuff later. Just want to get started. Have a bunch of containers here that I want to go through, and I'm always happy to take questions. Oh, by the way, here's another thing that I wanted to show you. I got something for Easter, like an Easter gift, and they were putting in this kind of paper. This is paper with seeds in it, and I felt like it would be a great idea to grow that on the live stream. So I have 2 of them here, and we will sow them out. I'm not sure how. Like this looks like it's really just like a sponge, a little sponge to keep the seeds wet. This could be fun. This could be really fun. And they were included with a little Easter bunny made of chocolate. So this is something from the pharmacy maybe. And they've been giving these out as a gift. And we will find out what will grow from them. I'm not sure. Will be interesting. So I will put that aside. I want to do that within the next days. Maybe today. We will see how much work we get done. Okay. This is the top of hydration. Allows me to show you the stuff and still water it. Let's have a look at the seedlings. These are maybe 3 months old now. And I have repotted them just recently, new soil. And for now they are okay. I would spray them, I would water them now. I want everything to settle down a little bit. And then we will probably place a bit of pumice all around the seedlings, just a little bit. Just to give the seedlings a little bit of stability. And in addition, it also keeps the humidity in the soil, keeps the soil free of the pests that are like also competing with the seedlings. Yeah, giving the seedlings a little advantage. So watering these here. And apart from that, I'm happy with them. They have a fairly decent kind of spination. They are growing. But yeah, they need a while. This is still too small to take it out. We will keep these in for another 6 months or so. Okay, a little bit more water. And then I'll get some pumice here. Here's the pumice tub. Washed pumice, by the way, just so you know. This is not necessary, but we're doing it here because it is a good way to protect the little seedlings, but it's not absolutely necessary, okay? Also trying to constantly spray it. I don't want to have anything that's too dry. A little bit of water also keeps the dust away. The cleaner the pumice, the better. Okay, so where's my... Oh, here. Okay. So I would just try to put the stuff around the seedlings here a little bit, just to give them stability, just to kind of have protection. I want to protect the little roots. This will really mess up a few of the classic pests that just like to have access to the organic soil. Just this little top layer here is already great. Hey, welcome to the welcome to the live stream. Great to have you. Thank you for being here. Always happy to take questions. If not, I'm just going through our seedlings that we have grown here. Okay. So this is the first. This is where we're now. I want to spray that now. Just to let the pumice sink down a little. Pumice is so light, it is washed away when you're spraying. And that is good because it puts it in place. It kind of washes it to wherever there's a little bit more space. Yeah, and this keeps the soil, keeps the seedlings protected now. I will put that under the lamp. They will get 12 hours of light. Just a classic plant lamp, grow lamp. And yeah, 12 hours of darkness then. So here's a seedling that I just want to lift up a little bit. Just making sure that the seedlings is in the soil, connected to the soil. Sometimes you have seedlings that are not well positioned, that need a little help. And that's what I'm doing here. Okay. Let me see what we have here. So these are Uwe Kahle multi-hybrids with Bamboy. Bamboy has a really nice big flower, really good hybrid. Very modern kind of cactus hybrid with immensely big flowers. The flower opened over 3 days. Started to open day 1, then finally on the 2nd day, starting to be fully open towards the end of the 2nd day, and then the 3rd day, really nice, big, huge thing. Okay, these here, I have repotted them just recently. For now, I just want to spray them. Since after repotting, they will need time to settle in. Just want to spray the soil down. Then we're placing a little bit of that pumice up there. overall, I'm happy with these. They don't look bad. And this is a good time to put something around them now. That means they will stay healthy. When everything's going great, that's the time when you need to make sure that you're not starting to slack off. Always looking into every seedling to make sure they are connected with the soil. It happens so easily that a seedling doesn't have connection, that it's just lying there. Okay. Yeah, also placing a little bit of the pumice here. Eventually it will wash in between them. Doesn't have to be perfectly distributed. Eventually pumice is so light it will be washed away. That is good and bad. Sometimes it's washed out of the pots, and that means you have it everywhere. Okay. Yeah, in the moment I start to spray that, I can see the pumice being lifted up because it's so light. It's that light volcanic, like mineral. Very useful for cactus breeding because it can store water, but without causing rot. Because there's a lot of soil that gets wet, and then like the overall humidity becomes so bad that the cactus root is starting to rot, and that is just not the case here. That's one of the big advantages of pumice. In cactus growing, it's probably the most useful mineral, in my opinion. Like that you could actually grow in pure pumice and it would be all right. You can still do it in many other ways. I'm just saying it could work already with just pumice. Okay. So here, just a few seedlings that have been repotted. I see good and bad. Here's a seedling that is lying. I need to correct that. This one here is too crooked. I want to gently wiggle around on the seedlings a little bit here. Want to water because it's time again. Right now they are getting a little bit more water than before. Watering them at least twice a day again. And yeah, in combination with that topping layer of pumice, it kind of works. Also have a ventilator on to keep the fungus gnats from landing. That can be a great way to deal with them. Just putting up an oscillating ventilator, bedroom fan, something like that, that keeps these little flies from being able to land on the soil. It instantly causes problems for them. Okay. So let me see. Here's a seedling that looks really weak. I want to take that out. Okay. Don't have to keep the weak seedlings around. Then here's the seedling that was crooked. I want to correct that. Just putting it deeper into the soil. That is really necessary. When you have a dehydrated seedling, something might be lacking. So there might be an issue with the root system. So when I see a seedling doing poorly, I really look into it and why it is doing poorly. Here's a little skin from another seedling that will come out. Yeah, okay. So this is the situation right now. And now I want to add a little bit of pumice as a top layer, just all around the seedlings a little bit, not much. Just enough for one to give a little bit more stability, to keep the seedlings away from the soil. Hey, welcome to the live stream. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. You are in a cactus live stream. We have little cactus seedlings that we have grown. And yeah, they are doing well. 3 months in, roughly. fighting to keep them alive. So here's an update. Trying to water that to push the pumice where it belongs, like in between the seedlings. Pumice is really so light you can just wash it away. Thank you very much. They will look amazing when they flower. This is just the winter stream. In summer they are also flowering. Then we're outside. I'm just preparing everything so we can film outside. Just setting up the camera. Got a new SD card, that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah. Maybe a little bit more here. I would love to have a little bit protection here on the corner. For one, you can lose seedlings there, and also it's a good place for any kind of pest to attack, to get a hold, you know, trying to get the landing place as hostile as possible. Okay, so this will go under the lamp again. Trying to water them twice a day. With the topping layer, you have to be careful that you still see how much water they need. I would, at this point, I would just water them twice a day. Okay, next ones. These have been just repotted recently, and now I want to water them. Maybe correct a few of the seedlings. They need to be a little deeper now. After repotting, you are putting them in new soil. It will take a while until they have roots. So, yeah, need to compensate. Need to get that soil a little bit more compressed, that the seedlings have it easier to actually have stability and grow into the soil. So, yeah, I'm just correcting. Now that the soil is wet enough, it allows me to just push the seedlings into the soil. How many loose hot dogs could you carry at one time? Are they wrapped? Are they wrapped in packaging, or are they really loose, like a single hot dog? If it's just a single hot dog, maybe 50. If they are wrapped, maybe 100. Yeah, maybe 50. I would guess maybe 50 if I can clench them, you know, like I really mean it. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's a good value, and it's just a guess. In practice, there might be, like, after 10 hot dogs, there might be something that just where you can't control them anymore, you know? Can't control the hot dogs anymore. Okay. So yeah, I want to spray these a little bit more, and then I will put the pumice besides them to just give them that stability, protect the seedlings a little, wiggling a little bit with them so they are in the soil. Here's one that looks bad. I take that out. When you see seedlings that are clearly not doing well, take them out. Apart from that, it looks okay. A little bit deeper. Here, this one needs to be a little deeper. I always try to keep the seedlings away from the soil, because the moment they are on the soil, they are at risk of, like, the skin can become infected. They can easily be eaten by the pests that are just at eye level then with the seedlings. You see. Okay. So I would spread a little bit of the pumice between the seedlings now. Just a little bit, like with the others, nothing bad. I don't want to have a consistent top layer. I want to still be able to at least see the soil at one of the corners somewhere. Because sometimes if you have a top layer that really covers everything, it makes it very hard to see what's going on below. And you need to know what's going on below, because the moment the soil is completely dry, you should actually water again. And if you water just on a regular basis, sometimes you might have a situation where the soil is still wet from before, and that is not good when you keep it wet like that over weeks sometimes. So use that kind of top layer with great care. It's not perfect. My opinion, I don't like top layer. If it's not inside you can control it. Inside you can really, you decide not to water more, you know. But when you have a seedling outside and it's raining 3 weeks, you know, and it has a top layer on top of the humidity, that's not good. So I want to spray them a little. Okay, and then we're repotting. I have that chili that I would love to repot here, and this is I'm not sure, is this variegated? I've shown it a few times. It has weird leaves. This is the one that really looks the weirdest of the chilies that I have grown. In my opinion, it's probably variegated. Okay, let me put this away. Okay. So here's a pot that I have for the chili. This is not the size that I would love to have. Hey, that's a chili. That's a chili. And I'm not sure why, but it looks weird, you know? It really looks weird. I think it's variegation. Oh, that is very mean. I'm really disappointed to see such a mean comment here. You know, how can you be mad when you see plants, growing plants? How can you be mad when it's about that, huh? It's such a great hobby. You should try it, you know? Like, would maybe get the rage under control. So yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta filter this out, but I really recommend that you tone down the rage. It's not healthy. It's really not healthy. No, it's okay. I mean, maybe when I was 18, I might have done something similar. It's just, that is, in my opinion, that is what's wrong with the internet today. There's too much hate. Everything's too much escalation, you know? All social media is they're constantly escalating. A lot of hate on social media, and it's sad. Not good. Always love when you're getting these highly intelligent comments. I'm not sure what's going on today, but I'm just moderating a little harder, you know. Unfortunately, it is necessary. I always try to keep the comment sorting out. Like, sometimes it would just filter these comments out, but I like to hear what people say, you know. So if comments are filtered out, I'm sorry. It should work. But if this kind of stuff happens more, I might have to tone it up a little, like activate the spam filter a little bit more. Okay, let's move this thing into the new soil. Want to water a little bit before I do it. This is just a little bit bigger pot, not the size that I would want to have, really. Would actually prefer having a bigger size. But at that point, I want to get it out. I want to get it into something a little bigger. And this is okay. This will work. It's not the size that I would love to have, but it's good enough. So let me see. I have moved the soil. Give me a second. Just need the soil. Where's the soil? I have no idea where I put the soil. Can't believe I can't find the soil. Where did I put the soil? Oh, here. Okay, I have it. I have it. Okay. So this is sowing soil, just classic sowing soil. Nothing really fancy. I want people to be able to just use the soil that they get locally, and it should work too. Hey, mates. Greetings to you. Great to hear. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I want to grow more chili in the future. I want to grow more vegetables in general. I just enjoy the hobby. It's a nice, positive hobby. I feel like we could really do a lot with that, you know. But I will look it up. I will look up the variety that you just mentioned. Sounds interesting. I will look into it. I want to grow more of them in the future. I mean, not right now. I'm having maybe 6 or 7. Yeah. Maybe another 5, 6 different varieties just to play around a little bit. But it's fun. I enjoy it. They're nice plants. They're not so hard to grow. I'm sure that the fact that we can grow them here on the live stream, that I can do it, should tell everyone at home that's uncertain if they can manage to keep them alive, to at least give it a try. If I can do it, they can do it. So yeah, let me water this a little bit. We will see how this will develop. This is a weird one. I'm not sure. I think it's variegated. Hasn't really grown much. But for now, it looks like it's growing. It looks like it's somewhat healthy, not just perfectly, you know. Classic variegation, maybe. The plant is maybe a little bit weaker than the others. Let me show you the others. I have them here. Okay. Oh, here's the big chili. Bunch of seedlings that are also brought to water. Got everything close together here. It was like that from the beginning. First day, it never stopped looking so weird. Sometimes there's variegation, you know, like albino, these kind of whitish seedlings. Sometimes you have yellowish leaves. Think it's genetic, but we will see. I've repotted it now, trying to give it good care. If it was stressed, if it's just because it was a weak seedling, then it should eventually recover. Yeah, and this is the other one. Check it out. So this is the one with the first chili on it. I was really happy. Here's the first chili. And there are a few more that are growing. So really nice. And this has come into a new pot. Yeah, thank you. I'm not really good at growing chili. I'm just happy when I can keep them alive when they are flowering, you know. But for now, I'm happy. I'm relatively happy with these. So just want to water that. Just spraying it a little again. Feel like that keeps the leaves clean. This plant had something that looked a little bit like scale. And since I started to spray it, it has disappeared again. Okay. Yeah, and I can't wait for the actual fruit. I will keep them inside, trying to grow them inside. Yeah, some of them are really spicy. Some of them are like these Carolina Reaper, like this also that very spicy cultivar from the United States. I have a few of those. Just different stuff, you know, different types of chili. Some of them are more like dwarf species with smaller fruits. Yeah, and I also brought a few tomatoes, by the way. Have tomato seeds here that we could sow out today. That's why I brought these. Maybe we're doing that now. Just watering this one. And this one is supposed to come into a bigger pot too. I would love to, maybe I'm waiting a little bit with this one. I'm trying to get a bigger pot that I can just put it right into a bigger pot right away. I had only gotten 4 this week, but I will get a few more. Okay. So yeah, let's sow out. Let's sow out. I want to get a few tomatoes in the soil. I want to start growing a few tomatoes. And I want to just put them into these here. Not sure how they are called. They're probably called different in every language. Just wanted to get one of these. We will use these. Maybe put in two each, and that will allow me to germinate on a relatively, without wasting a lot of space. The moment they are bigger, I will repot them. These are nitril gloves. I reuse them, but they are not really made for reusing. This is just mostly for repotting. Sometimes when you have all the dirt on the hands and the fertilizer, it's not good to have it to really have it on the hands everywhere. A little bit of fertilizer probably doesn't hurt, but I really try when I'm repotting little seedlings, I usually wear gloves. And it's probably not even 100% necessary. Okay. So yeah, I'm putting two of these little soil pads here into a bag, like 2 each, and the moment we have a seedling, I will take them out. The moment they are germinating, I will instantly put them in a bigger pot. I just don't want to use too much space now when I'm not even sure if the seedlings will come up. This is really cost effective, doesn't really need a lot of money. I can just put these beside each other below the plant lamp, and they will come up eventually. Over here, check this out. Here's one that I wanted to show you. This is cucumber, I think. No, not cucumber, pumpkin. And this needs to be repotted today. Pumpkin. And I'm really worried because of that pumpkin. Like, this looks like it's going to be a huge plant. Okay, so let me see what kind of a cultivar we're sowing out. Tomato, sweet. These are smaller fruit and much sweeter than usually. And this seed package has 8 plants, 8 seeds. The description says you should grow them inside, like grow them in trays. Sowing depth 1 centimeter, and you can move them out in May. The moment there's no frost anymore, you can put them out. They need 18 to 25 degrees Celsius to induce germination. 8 to 14 days. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. They probably, like the pumpkin, they grow like vines. I think they are on the soil, like creeping around. And I don't think we can grow them inside effectively, but it will be fun. I will try to grow it. We will see how it will grow. Right now, I have a big plant and it's roughly this size, and it's just a seedling. So just based on the size, it should become a huge plant. I will try to keep it in. If it's not possible, we're planting it out. Okay, tomato. So these seeds here, like they even have a passport. Like they have a serial number. That's how you buy seeds today. It's crazy. A serial number. Okay. These are tiny seeds. I'm not sure, like when you collect seeds, when you collect tomato seeds from tomatoes, I'm not sure if they are this small. Check it out. Do you even see them? These little dots, that's the tomato seeds. I hope I can get them in. I will try with the tweezers, just putting that in the center every time. Okay. Hope that works. I wrote 2 labels for them. One for each bag. You can push that with the tweezer, you can push it into the soil, but it's hard to tell where the seed goes. Yeah, in the European Union, they have there's like bureaucracy everywhere, like regulations. Some of them are good, some of them good for people, some of them are totally unnecessary. And this is one of the things that I consider like such an unnecessary bureaucracy that it's actually bad for the plants, because a lot of the people who kind of keep these cultivars around, the people who grow rare plants, they often don't have the means to do all the paperwork to get plant passports and all that stuff, you know. But you need it in the European Union to sell a plant now. You can't even really sell a plant without a passport, unless it's locally. You can do it locally, I think. But the moment you ship something, it needs a passport. That's it. That's wild. I just find that a very unnecessary thing. You know, like I always think about the people that there's this meme of this old man with the apple cultivars. Like there's this older man that has gone viral because he's been cultivating all these rare apple cultivars, like thousands apparently. And these people will never be able to fulfill all the requirements for these passports, you know. Like, but these are the people that keep the rare cultivars around. Like when in 20 years from now, all the other apples have some sort of a fungal infection that isn't resistant, then you need a wide genetic variety. And you can't really, like with the seed market, this is pushing the little ones out of the seed market, you know, like the little sellers that just keep the cultivars around because they love them. I feel like they are overdoing it with bureaucracy. Okay. So I believe I got them into these little things here. Check it out. Just trying to keep this side up. And I will place that somewhere under the lamp. This has the right humidity now. I got the seeds into them. They should come up. And we will see what's coming from them. I would love to grow a few tomatoes here and there. I actually, you know, next time I'm getting me a few interesting tomatoes, where I sometimes go into the supermarket just to check what they have, what we could sow out on the live stream. And next time I'm seeing a few interesting tomato cultivars, we will do that. We will get a few here and get the seeds. But for now, this is okay. I have sown out 4. 4 is pretty good. Okay. I wanted to repot these, or at least put them in the soil and maybe put a little bit of pumice around them. Okay, bring the pumice here. Makes it a little easier. There's the water sprayer. So let me spray them that I can start moving seedlings. I want to see I want to have a closer look at the root system of the seedlings. I want to see what's going on with them. Yeah, I really believe it's totally unnecessary for seeds and for plants. At the very least, I mean, they need to make exceptions that still allows the smaller people, like the smaller sellers, the smaller businesses to compete, you know? And it's not so easy to do it in the European Union with all the paperwork. It's really a disadvantage that they have over other countries where there are no such regulations on the seed market. And I'm talking about just, you know, hybrid seed, not even stuff that is strictly protected, you know? I don't mean that kind of stuff. I mean just strictly for the sake of keeping interesting cultivars around. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I live stream every morning, roughly. I mean, sometimes I miss it, but I usually 10 o'clock in the morning, Berlin time. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. We are just going outside within the next couple of weeks. It will be great. A lot of flowers, good stuff. So this seedling here, check it out. This has a root infection. We need to take that off. We need to take that little infection off. Just see if I have a knife here. No, I have not. Just a scissor, and this is not sharp enough, I think. Whoop. Okay, it was sharp enough. So I will try to dry this. I will try to put this below a plant lamp just to let it callus. The soil here doesn't look good. I want to take them out, bring them into new container, new soil. So let me get started here. I still have a little bit of soil here. And on the top layer, I will put a little bit of pumice. And then that's where we will plant the seedlings in. So mostly soil, a little bit of pumice on top, and then we're pushing the seedlings into it. Okay. So this is washed pumice, just fine particles. Great mineral for cacti. Also other stuff, really good for the kind of plants that need perfect drainage. And with cactus seedlings, there are some species that really do better in it. So I usually have it around. I just don't use it wide, like on a larger scale. Thank you. We are just going into the flower season. Really, this is going to be like in winter. The cactus breeders usually sow out, so we have many little cactus seedlings here. But the big plants are now flowering. Flowering season starts the end of May. End of May, beginning of June is a big flower flush usually. So check it out around that time. I just got a GoPro to wear, and it will be fun. So yeah, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Okay. So this is the new soil. Check it out. So this is basically sowing soil and a little bit of pumice on top. Nothing else. I just want to have that top layer in a way that keeps the roots healthy. These haven't looked good. There are some cacti that do a lot better in a mineral medium. So I'm trying to do this, do it like this. When they have a top layer out of mineral, then the fungus gnats cannot get through. They have a hard time with this, I'm sure. Okay. So I'm carefully pushing them into the soil. This top layer here, this is just very light material. Pumice, you can really push it in. That makes it useful. And I hope that in this soil we can get that root issue under control. If you see weird root problems, infections starting at the roots, then this kind of treatment can really do well. Check it out. Eventually, they will be away from the soil, but they will still get humidity from below. Just want the root to be in the soil below and everything else surrounded by mineral. Not a fan of minerals, but in this case, there are cases when you just need it, or when it gives you so much more room for error. It's not impossible to grow certain species in organic soil, but it's getting more difficult. Okay. So this is how it looks now. I want to water that once and then it's going to the lamp. Getting 12 hours of sunlight, like just a classic plant lamp, 12 hours of light, 12 hours of darkness. And that's okay, that's enough. Okay, next one. These here, I also wanna move these. I really want to move these into new soil because this is the first generation soil. And in addition to that, the seedlings aren't so big. They are not so big compared to the other seedlings. These could be much bigger, so there must be a reason. And we will look into that now. Putting it in new soil. Let's get the sowing soil back. They can still stay in this kind of smaller size. They are not really, you see, there's still a lot of space. Sometimes you need to pot them up in a bigger pot very early, but in this case, they are just barely growing. They're growing, but barely. So I would just place the seedlings on top of the soil here. Let's spray it a little bit before we get started, because that often, for one, it shows you if there are any kind of big pieces of wood that you want to take out, like this. This kind of stuff often grows to the seedlings, and then it gets impossible to remove it again without removing the root. And they need that root. So yeah, I would slowly move the seedlings into the new soil and always removing the old soil a little bit, just carefully. I don't want to injure the root. I just want to get rid of the unnecessary soil that would otherwise stay on there. When I'm repotting, I really want them to have access to new soil. It doesn't help. It's not enough if you leave a huge piece of soil on the roots. It will take months until they have grown out of that. So I usually try to get rid of what I can. And there's a limit. Not getting too close to the seedling. Okay. So let me see what we have here. This was one of these horrible labels. The writing dissolved directly after writing. Yeah. So this is Echinopsis valida, by the way. Echinopsis valida, and the flower, like the father that the flower was pollinated, had a big flower. Pollinated with pink stripes, one flower. Pollinated another one with a ruffled flower. So this could be great. Just weird that they are so slow growing. The seeds were tiny too, now that I think about it. Okay, I'm almost done here. And when I'm done, we will start pushing the seedlings into the new soil, just still placing them on top of the soil. That way I can plan how many I can get into one pot. I think in this case, we don't need a second one. This is just roughly the number of seedlings that I would still put in one pot. Yeah, these were like that. They are 3 months old now. They should be much bigger. Like compared to that, here, these are the other ones, you know, they are roughly the same age and they are maybe twice as big. They could be bigger. Sometimes you have to have patience with these. They take a good 5, 6, 7 years to flower. Hey, Robert, welcome to the live stream. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Had a lot of stress this morning. I'm preparing everything for filming outside. So now I'm setting up the cameras and all. And I got a flag. I got a flag with the logo for the background. It will be awesome this year. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Hope everything's all right for you guys. The weekend was over way too fast. I blinked once and it was over. Okay. So I'm almost done, just trying to get the seedlings into the soil here. Yeah, feel like we should have maybe putting the pumice on top of the soil right away. With how small they are, you know, they are not very tall. Usually when I have a seedling and it's a few centimeters above soil, in this case it's not. Hey, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We are just repotting little cactus seedlings and I'm placing a little bit of pumice all around it. All around the seedlings to just give them a little protection. Think in the future, like next time I have seedlings that are this small, I will put the pumice on there first. I just don't like when I have a very complete top layer. I sometimes like to see the soil below. And when I put it all on top of the soil, it's a little bit more difficult. So I will try to just get the seedlings out of that. Trying to find the seedlings, wiggle them free. They just need to get a little light. Piece of wood that I'm taking out. Some of those big pieces, they are just a little bit too disturbing, too bothering for the seedlings. They get too close to that. Sometimes you have a big piece of wood lying there and it's taking away the light. But with seedlings that are a little bit smaller, that makes it really harder, really. It's much easier when you have seedlings like of this size, roughly. In this case, you have to be careful because you barely see them. Take care, mate. Hope you have a great day. Have a good night. It was great to see you. We're here on the regular basis. So thank you again. Okay. Yeah, so I would put this under the lamp, but I'm a little bit worried about the fact that the seedlings are barely visible here. We have to be careful. If sometimes when they get so close to the soil level, that's not healthy. It can happen that there are seedlings that you do not see, that where you lose touch with them. You know, you kind of don't know that they are still there, but they are somewhere covered by the pebbles, by the pumice. It's not so good. Next time I'm placing them on top. Okay, next ones. These here have been repotted recently, and I just want to water and I want to put the pumice around them. Just a little bit of pumice. And when we've done that, got to bring the pumpkin into the soil. This thing is taking over. Check out the roots are coming out here. They're actually coming out. I'm a little worried about the pumpkin. This might be one of those plants in the movies, in the science fiction movies, when the plant takes over the planet. It looks a little bit like that. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm correcting the seedlings a little bit. I want to make sure that before I lay out that top layer, I have everything under control here. Everything is good in the soil. I want to make sure that there are no big issues that I'm not seeing. Here's a seedling that has expired. I'm taking that out. I want to have a clean top layer here. Because if you put something above it, and it's a mess down there, like a real mess, rotting and all that, that's really bad. Then you will eventually find out that all the seedlings have root rot, something like that, you know? Okay. We will see how this will go, but in my experience from the last years and what we did here in the last months, the containers that had the pumice looked great, looked the best. This will just make the fungus gnats day so much worse today. Okay. Yeah, and this is okay. When you have a top layer like this, you see that it keeps the seedlings clean. It keeps the seedlings clearly away from the soil. And sometimes when you have a very organic kind of top layer, very muddy, then you have sometimes you get into a situation where the constant humidity is often pressing against the seedling, and that leads to root rot very fast, especially with fungus gnats. And now fungus gnats need to get through first. I mean, there's still a hole here and there, but in general, you make it so much harder for them, and they might not be able to even walk on that kind of mineral structure. They have a hard time walking on sandy crystals. I'm not sure how sharp the structure of the minerals are, but fungus gnat larvae might not be able to do that there. Like really having a good time crawling around, it might already be too sharp in structure. Okay, and even if that's not the case, it keeps them away. It adds a protective layer. These here, let me just water them. And then we're also laying out a top layer here just to protect the seedlings. These are variegated, by the way. Check it out. Like that chili a little bit, you know? Also yellowish, kind of weird growth. Definitely not how they normally look like. So I'm just doing this a little bit like I'm baking cookies, and I'm putting up the frosting or whatever they are putting on top of cookies. So just trying to get it a little bit in between the seedlings. And if it's dry, it's easier. The drier it is, the easier you can just crumble it everywhere you want it. Okay. Lifting up a few of the seedlings here and there. Okay. I pierced the seedling. I hate when I do that. That's not good. Like piercing a seedling with the tool, you usually lose it. So I gotta get me something that is a little numb at the tip, that doesn't have a tip like this. Little piece of plastic. I usually, there are different tools that you can use. Little pieces of wood, they're less likely to pierce a seedling here and there. Okay. Yeah, and this goes under the lamp again. You can barely see the seedlings now, but they are there. And you need to water. Like sometimes when you do not see the seedlings well, like here, it's a subconscious thing where you stop watering and you just have to continue. even without knowing that the seedlings are, I mean, you can see them a little bit, but you have limited visibility when you have a top layer like that. And you have to water just knowing that there's somewhere there might be more seedlings than what you see. Okay. So this is the pot that I want to use for that pumpkin. It's the biggest pot that I have right now here. I have, like, the other size that I have is huge, like this, and I don't want to use so much space. That pumpkin thing, at some point I might have to plant it out anyway, you know? So let me just put that. I will try to fill that up in one, not wasting so much time with a million scoops and stuff like that, you know? Oh, there's not enough soil. I think I don't have enough here. Maybe barely. Let me try to. Ah, it's a mess. It's a mess. And it's not enough. Okay. Didn't bring enough soil. Yeah, it will be okay, I think. Let's see. Sometimes I have a few extra pots here. But this was all. Filling up with this. Okay, let's bring it out. I just want it in a new pot. And then let me see. Check out the roots. This is pretty wild. For a seedling, this is pretty hefty. What I want to do is I want to take this off here. Try to get it down, because if that thing is stuck, sometimes that can be a real issue. Don't think that it would be here, because this is a hardy plant. So I got it off. I could carefully, you know, you need to be careful when you are taking something off the tip of the seedling, because sometimes if it gets stuck, you remove everything, like the top of the seedling with the seed. But this has worked. Check it out. Yeah, and this is okay. This pot here just gives it maybe a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, where we can watch that thing grow, and then we'll see. Then we'll decide what we do with it, whether or not I plant it out. But this is the type of plant that you could plant out, and I have garden. We could just put it somewhere, you know. The only thing that makes me a little bit hesitant is because I'm worried it might actually go feral, you know, like wild, starting to become, like, come back every year. And I've heard that about some of the pumpkins, you know, so we have to be careful. So this will be grown inside now. I will put it under the lamp, and I'm sure this thing will be full of roots within just a few days. Yeah, and I don't want to use that much soil, like inside. Like when we're using a huge pot like this, that would be almost a bag of soil. Then I'd rather plant it out, probably. Okay. Let me water the chili here. Little bit of water. This was the Carolina Reaper. And it will be interesting. I'm waiting for that one to start flowering. Really looking forward to that. Okay. Yeah, for now it's not growing fast. I'm not sure why. Maybe we should have potted them right into the big pot. I'm sure every time when we're repotting something, it kind of stresses them a little bit, you know. So we would see. Okay, so I want to clean the table a little bit. Every time I'm doing a live stream, it's a mess. It's really a mess. But it's also fun. You know, gardening is fun. Okay. And I have a watermelon here that I wanted to inspect. Sown that out recently. These were seeds that my mom brought me, and when my mom brings me something, of course, I'm sowing them out. Didn't really want to grow watermelon, you know. But what can you do? Okay, so let me have a look here. I want to see if we need to do something. I had put it in a little bit bigger pot, but not huge. This also needs to come out eventually. Could already be root bound. Not seeing the root. So that's a good sign. Check it out. This is watermelon. Watermelon hybrid cultivar. Some sort. Yeah, for now it's okay. Hasn't really grown since it came up. This is germination after maybe 10 days or so. I hope that eventually something will grow out of this thing. And I expect that it will grow much like a pumpkin. Also vine-like. A little bit of creeping. Okay. So this will come back into the bag here. I just want to have humidity. I'm not sure how dry that seedling can be in the beginning. And if I'm unsure, I just keep them in a little longer. Yeah, and the moment this thing will be big enough, then we will repot it, maybe in a bigger pot. But also with the watermelon, it's a very similar plant, in my opinion, to pumpkin in the way it's grown. And maybe we have to plant it out in summer. We would see. Okay. So let's continue with the seedlings a little bit. I have a few more cactus seedlings that I want to go through. I wanted to have a look into these. These are still in the bag, and I usually keep cactus seedlings in a bag like this for 2 or 3 months. And these are roughly at the age where we could bring them out. So I want to look into that. Yeah, they are relatively old. This is already 3 months old, but haven't really grown. At this point, I think I will put in a little bit of pumice just to keep the seedlings healthy, keep them away from the soil. Here's a little bit of grass that's germinated. Yeah, I always take it out before it gets a little bigger. The bigger, when you have grass, it instantly roots deep, and then you don't get it out again. Sometimes when I'm pulling out a weed out of a pot of cactus seedlings, the seedlings come with it, like with the roots. There's so many deep roots that I usually try to take it out before it becomes an issue. Okay. So let me water a little bit here. Then I will correct, just making sure that the seedlings are also, that they're not covered by this stuff, like that I'm not accidentally covering a seedling where I should have placed it all around the seedling. Okay, so here's one that I want to put up. Little mineral here. And again, you don't need the mineral stuff that we're doing right now. You can just do it with the organic soil. I try to reduce working with minerals because the more you have around you, the higher the chance that you inhale something. And minerals shouldn't be inhaled, you know? So if you want to make sure that you don't have that kind of risk, that you are not constantly exposed to mineral dust, you can just do it without. But this is just a little bit of protection against the pests that can happen within the first months. Yeah, oxalis is a nightmare. Oxalis is in my greenhouses, it's my enemy. It's my mortal enemy, you know? Like oxalis, it's always so deep in the pots, and the seeds catapult through the greenhouse. It's a really bad kind of pest. It's not a huge issue, but I really try to remove it when I see it. I really try to get rid of it because it can really, it always creates that constant humidity in the pot. You have a lot more issues with seedlings where it's in the pot. Yeah, okay. So with these here, this is okay. Not great, but it's okay. Some of the seedlings here were so small that I needed to leave a little bit more space around the seedlings to still give them light. Otherwise, the pumice would have just covered them. Okay. These here need water. Just freshly sown, not sown, repotted. These have come into pumice now. No, these have come into sowing soil. They are now covered with pumice. Get a little bit of pumice all around them. I just want to spray them a little before. There are one or two seedlings where I feel like we should probably correct a little. This one here. This one back there. Just getting them deep into the soil again. Oops. I'm very happy that I finally sown out tomatoes today. I really wanted to sow out tomatoes. I had planted some, but they didn't make it. They even came up, and it was seeds that were 10 years old or something like that. But unfortunately, they really weren't healthy. Sometimes when you're using old seeds, the seedlings still come up, but they're not really in a great mood. They're like barely alive. Okay, so I'm just pushing the seedlings a little deeper into the soil here. And this seedling, here's a seedling that is so close, so connected with the other seedlings that I have a hard time correcting it. Sometimes when you have a few of them that are stuck to each other, then it gets hard to plant them in a way that they all have the same kind of quality soil. Okay, so now I want to place a little bit of pumice there. What's that? Oh, this is soil. Okay. So now water, and the watering, the pumice is so light it will just wash away into the corners, a little bit down, and this is perfect. This is great for the seedlings, gives them stability. I just saw that. Here's a seedling that I repotted earlier, and it came out of the soil again. Have to fix that. Yeah. This one here. Come on, man. Okay. Good. So let's have a look at another one. I really would love to take these out of the bag. Now I have pumice everywhere. It's really, the moment you start working with it, it's always everywhere. These have been not developing at all over 3 months or so. Little seedlings, they have barely grown. And these were among the first that we have sown out. I am currently thinking about what to do here. We could bring them out now, take them out of humidity, but this is not a good size. This is not the size that would survive. I think I will bring them out. They have the age. Even if they don't look so big, they have the age. They should at least have some sort of a resistance a little bit. So let's bring them out. Let's try. Okay, so I'm placing, not so much. So I'm placing a little bit of pumice all around the seedlings, but not like this. Just a little bit, man. It's really difficult for me to do anything that requires fine work, you know, like gently to put something all around the seedlings. That is the kind of stuff that I'm not good at. So, okay. So I will try to find the seedlings that I now covered here. So just trying to move a little bit of the pumice around the smallish seedlings here. Always careful because they are so small. With this kind of size, we have to be careful. I will have to water these twice a day at least. And that's pretty much in line with the other seedlings that how I'm currently watering the others too. Twice a day. With a water sprayer like this, sometimes with this one, sometimes with a bigger one. Yeah, and that keeps them alive, even if they are so small. At least that's the theory, okay? If that will actually work now, bringing them out has risks. This is just too small, but then again, they have not grown in the last months. At some point, you have to start facing them, like letting them face the elements. Can't always hide them. And if they are always protected, they have no reason to grow strong. Okay. Check it out. So there are little seedlings everywhere in between the pumice. Yeah, and this is okay. I like this. This will go under the lamp, and really got to make sure that I will water them enough. This can't be forgotten. You can't really not water them. Okay, so this here, this is the type of container where I really want to do that, like covering. Because you see that these are not looking so great. I'm not sure what they have. In my opinion, this is variegation issues. Maybe with a little bit of dehydration. So I will make sure to give them a little bit of protection here and there. Okay, good. So I will spray that, and then I want to move the seedlings in a good way that they have good connection to the soil, and the pumice can cover them now. I haven't really moved the seedlings yet, but this is a good start. These will look great later on. Okay, here's a little bigger hole. I want to fill that up with soil again. With pumice, I mean. Okay, here's a seedling that's covered. Here's one that's covered. Okay. Here's a seedling that I need to bring back up. When you put up the pumice, make sure that no seedling is covered and buried below the pumice. Because that is just unnecessary. Sometimes if you do not correct them, if they are covered, they will not survive. Okay. So this will allow the seedlings to stay away from the soil. Stay away from the fungus gnats, stay away from all these issues that are waiting. Okay. Here's another one. This one is good for that. Trying to water first, and then I will place the pumice around it. And just visually, the pumice looks better. I gotta admit that, you know? Gotta say it how it is. The pumice looks a little better. It's not that you can't do it without pumice, but it has something nice when you see a pot where everything is nice and clean, no problems with the soil. It has something good. Okay. Now okay. So this is nice. Want to bring that seedling back up. That is the one thing that I just messed up. I want to fix that. And I try to push it somewhere where it's really firmly surrounded by the little pieces of pumice here. Really want to give that stability. Okay, this one needs to be up. This comes down. Pumice a little bit down. Spreading the pumice a little bit in between the seedlings. Okay. And we can add more later. For now, this is okay. Looks cleaner. Definitely looks cleaner than just the soil. Okay. Right. Here's another one that I just repotted. These are just new in the soil and everything is still chaotic. Eventually things would settle down. I would start watering now to press the soil a little down, to give the seedlings a little bit of room in the soil that I can move them. But this looks pretty good. They are starting to grow. Oh, come on. I have battery issues. So the battery is just giving me warning. I think I can do 10 minutes. But that cable wasn't charging while I was recording. It's the same issue, like the Android charger sometimes slips out. They lose connection after a while. I'm not sure why. I believe that kind of connection that Android has, that Samsung has for the charger and all, I feel it's a bad system. I feel like they could build that better. Every time I'm buying a new charger, it's only good for maybe 4 months, and then it's over. Okay. So yeah, and yesterday I was working with the GoPro with the camera. Like I said, it's not an advertising, but it's a camera that I got to film this year. We're experimenting with it this year, and we will see how it goes. Okay. But it's really interesting. Looks great, easy to carry. Really like it. Okay, so these here, this will go under the lamp. And you see what I mean. It's instantly a little bit cleaner. I like that about it. I hate working with minerals. I'm very honest. I don't like it. But every now and then you need it when you're growing plants, you know? It's a tool like so many others. And if you use it right, it will help you. Okay, these here. I want to clean that up. I want to spray, and then I want to look into the seeds, into the roots of the seedlings, to see if there's an infection at any one of them. Some of them don't look good, so I already know that I will take some of them out, just sorting out. And the healthy ones, I will cover them with a little bit of pumice. I can definitely see a few seedlings here and there that are unhealthier. Okay. Trying to push a few of the seedlings a little deeper into the soil. I've seen that they just didn't have a good connection, a few of them. Not all. Some of them were good in the soil, but others not. And I'm already bringing them up. I want to have them straight now that I placed a little bit of pumice all around them. So it's even more important that they are away from the soil. I want to have space so I can place the pumice there. Yeah, okay. All the seedlings look healthy. Like they are not perfectly developed, all of them. Equally, same size. But some of them look really good. I think we can just lay a little bit of pumice without having to take anything out here. Okay. A little bit of water again. And the more you water, eventually the pumice will kind of sink in where it needs to be. Sometimes you have to lift up a few seedlings here and there. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. This needs more work. For now, I just want to get them into the soil here with the pumice. And then eventually they will find their space. The pumice will help to keep them in one place where they can root. Oh, hey, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Everything's all right. Thank you. I'm just getting everything prepared for the flower season. Repotting a few seedlings. I'm just covering them with pumice here. Yeah. So this is the result, by the way. This is okay. Yeah, apart from that, everything all right. Kami is doing a little better. Mika is doing well. I'm very happy. So thank you. I appreciate it. I hope it's the same for you. Okay, so this comes away now. I think we did enough today with the pumice. Yeah, and everything comes back to the lamp now. The lamp turns off at maybe 6 p.m. I think. Trying to save a little bit of electricity. Okay. Cleaning up a little here. Okay. So I wanted to have a closer look at these. This looks weird. I felt like there were too many seedlings that had root issues, and I wanted to have a closer look at it. So let me get my tweezers that I have here somewhere. Did I put it in here? Yeah. Need that. I actually had the first chili just a few days ago. Check it out. I posted a little short video. Let me see. I have it here. This is the first one. Yeah, it's somewhere here. Here. See, this is the first chili on the live stream. First self-grown chili. And there are a few more. Few flowers that are coming up. I'm very proud. Yeah, I'm very proud, very happy. I'm a little worried because this will eventually be very very spicy. But I'm looking forward to it still. So yeah. And the others are developing. They're not growing so fast compared to this one. But one or two have started to flower too. And yeah, what else? The pumpkin is growing, not fast, but it's growing. Today I planted a few tomatoes. And what else? Yeah, the watermelon is here. I have that one here. And the strawberries, they have barely grown. The strawberries haven't really, they have come up and now they are sitting there and do nothing. But I just hope that eventually, maybe within the next months, they will start to grow a little faster. Yeah, very happy with the vegetable stuff. It's a lot of fun. Fun doing it. I have a lot of fun doing it, and yeah, always trying to have a new challenge, something that I haven't done before. I really enjoy that. Okay, so I want to clean this up here. This looks like there are a few seedlings that have expired. I really don't like that. So let me clean this up. And then I want to look at the other seedlings to see if the roots are okay. There must be something going on here. This is just not normal. This is okay. This seedling here. Yeah, some of them have these little spots at the base that I don't like. This kind of stuff, we will bring these in mineral. Maybe pumice. Okay. So, yeah, there are a few seedlings that really look bad here. It's good that I brought in the pumice. I consider moving these into new soil with pumice as a top layer. So let me just do that. I still have one more pot, I guess. Oh no, I have no more soil. I'm out of soil. So this is the end. I can't pot them up. We will do it tomorrow, unfortunately, but these need to come out of that soil. That is just one of those. Sometimes you have cacti that do very, very poorly with too organic soil, and then I'm putting them into pumice. Okay. Yeah, was great. Had a lot of fun today. Thank you guys for having been here today. Always glad to see you. Always happy when I know that you guys had a great time. So thank you for having been here again today. I'm just preparing everything for outside. The outside set will be great year, great summer. I will make sure that we will film a nice season this year. Preparing the set within the next days. It's raining right now, but the moment it's dry, I will start filming outside. Okay? So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for having been here today. I will be back again tomorrow, same time. I greatly appreciated it. And yeah, thank you. Hope you have a good day, good week. Let's get this started, the week started, and hope for the best, okay? So thank you for having been here. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it, looking forward being able to finally record the time lapses. I got a new camera for time lapses. This will be great this year. And yeah, and the live stream in the form that we're doing it, we will do it again like after the main season. But this is also fun. I enjoy that just as well. So thank you. I will be back tomorrow morning. Greatly appreciated. Okay. Take care, everyone. Have a nice day.